The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lupino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lupino had betrayed the rebellion, and he had a gut feeling that he needed to use that to his advantage.
Here we go, guys. So this may be the last story we do if it does unlock our final ending, because we have all the secrets unlocked and now it's guiding me towards that. And it looks like we're going to be going right back to where we began, which was Lupino. In fact, I tried to use Lupino's... I tried to use the knowledge that he was against us as an advantage, but I couldn't seem to quite get it right. Maybe we'll get it this time.
Reynardo finally realized that Lupino was a traitor to the cause, and maybe Reynardo could use that somehow.
Oh. That is new. Okay. So I didn't pick... I was thinking maybe I was picking the wrong options and maybe a new solution. Maybe the finding all the secrets just tells you what the actual solution was that you just were missing up till then, but it seems that the actual solution is actually a totally hidden option, so you have to unlock the ability to probably confront him directly. Reynardo could use that somehow. What to do with the knowledge about Lupino's treason? Reynardo would be foolish to trust Lupino again. He should confront him, or better yet, find a way to use the traitor against his new master, the Emperor. Maybe Lupino could be a game changer after all.
Reynardo couldn't quite put his paw on when he'd realized Lupino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lupino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Reynardo could prevent Lupino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
I just realized something. There's 4 facts, and you tend to make about 4 decisions along the way, because the last mission's always the same so far, but you choose the first 4 missions out of the 5 chapters. And now I have 4 truths that must relate to those 4 decisions, I would assume. The first one being that he's a traitor. We'll see if that turns out that way.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lupino had talked Reynardo out of prison at least 4 times, and Reynardo had rescued Lupino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Sometimes friends are temporary. Oh, missed one. My bad. Back in the action we go. This might be my last playthrough, if I do get the proper ending. Just because I'm starting to think that this game might be a little bit like Until Dawn or Heavy Rain and stuff like that, in that, sure, it has branching storylines and you can keep playing over and over again to find more of them, but I think some of the fun comes from just talking to somebody else about what their experiences were like. I think one person experiencing every single possibility actually just kind of wears on them at some point. Because there are, including the secret ending, I mean not the secret ending, the actual ending we're doing right now, that's a total of 50 story arcs. I mean, a total of 25 playthroughs. So you have to play through 5 chapters 25 times for, well, a large number of chapter playthroughs at that point. And a large chunk of it's the same thing over and over again. Like this first mission is the same thing every time. I recontextualized it with some new dialogue, but it's still the same mission. And at some point, that's just probably a little too much for one person to do. I don't think I'll be able to maintain interest, especially since the progression of the game seems to have come to a standstill.
But he'd always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lupino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
And I think that's a noteworthy thing to say, is like we don't have any new enemies left. I'm about to max out the entire weapon and gem system. There's still levels to be gained, but getting more and more overpowered, but fighting the same guys over and over again doesn't sound super appealing to me. So I think I'll be okay with just having the stories that I experienced be my own custom story. Going to find Lupino, and there's a giant carrot on a table. I think I'm okay with that. Kind of like how I've played Until Dawn twice and seen 2 different ways to make various people alive and dead, but I don't need to see every single permutation, because there's diminishing returns on the customization of the story at some point. It's kind of cool to have some of it custom to you. And hey, it's a little bit of encouragement if you guys ever if you guys have gone this far without picking up the game yourself. It's a good incentive to play it yourself too.
Reynardo wondered if death was nothing more but a portal to another plane of existence. He didn't particularly want to find out. Ravens were landing everywhere from dropships. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, the rabbit would give the Empire all the intelligence he'd been stealing from the rebellion, and they'd probably give him a medal. He'd have to be very careful about how he played Lupino. At the slightest hint of danger, the mad rabbit would take off like a rabbit.
Oh wow, at some point you just get one-shot kills. That's interesting.
Nice. That could be useful.
So you hit a 30-hit combo, and then you start killing an enemy in 1 hit. Might just be a one-time thing, might not be a multiple-time thing, but it'll be interesting. But yeah, on that thought process, like I'm having fun now, but I'm just a little concerned about like, what if I start having progressively less fun as I do the subsequent like 18 or so other playthroughs? I think there's a limit to the repetition someone can take. That said, I don't think the variety's wasted.
Has that door been opened before?
Because you might think, oh, what's the point of all that variety if someone's not going to play all of it? And if most players aren't going to do it all. But I think that's good, because I think that means every player gets a different experience at the end, even if they don't experience absolutely everything. I think that's kind of cool. I've probably read this before. How are you enjoying the Academy? Yep, floating islands are connected. I'm pretty sure we've already read that entire message before. I kind of wish the ones you've read would disappear, or at least look different. They might look different in a way that I haven't noticed yet, but I would like to have nice confirmation of which ones are new or not. Oh, tried to retrieve the shield. My bad. Excuse me, sir. I need a little bit of personal space here. Oh, they're all dead, aren't they? Yep, I was trying to detect the next dude, and nothing else was happening because they were all dead. Good GG.
Bloody and exhausted, Reynardo finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Reynardo didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Reynardo wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Reynardo was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky River was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
I tried to do exactly that. That was my exact goal. So I must have missed a turn somewhere. Also, I've noticed the icon saying how to get to the ending is gone. So there may still be a chance of me messing up unless they both get me there. But yeah, going against the rabbit right here and now seems like a real dumb idea, since the whole plan should be to try to use things against him. So we've used the truth of Lupino to go after him. Now let's use the truth of the Sky Ripper. Send the traitor to fetch the core. Reynardo realized how good an actor Lupino was. No surprise he had been fooled by that traitor. Maybe he could give that smug traitor the location of the Skyreaper's core, and while Lupino delivers the unstable weapon to the enemy, Reynardo would pay Zenobia a visit. Now there's something noteworthy. Alright, cool. I tried this before, though. I tried giving him the Skyreaper last time, and then he just kind of gave it back at some point, and I blew up. I'm like, well, that's not what I was going for. But we'll see if this works out.
Reynardo felt like a real hero, brave and smart. He told the rabbit all about the Skyripper's God's Eye core. I'll go get the core while you attack Zenobia, he told the rabbit. Oh, wait, I've an even better idea. I'll get the core and you attack Zenobia, said the rabbit. Right, yeah, that is better, agreed Reynardo. Perfect. The traitor would make sure the Emperor got the core. Now Reynardo just needed the Emperor to use the core. If he could only get something that the Emperor wanted very badly. Zenobia. He could save her and bait the Emperor at the same time.
Oh, he's trying to get everything that he could ever want. We'll see if that plays out.
Right. Now, all Reynardo had to do was fight his way through Zenobia's invading troops, sneak onto her ship and into her bedroom, and kidnap her without any of her dozens of guards alerting her. Then, he would rely on her love for him to convince her how evil her father was, so she'd run away with him instead of going back to her father, who was going to blow himself up. It did sound a little risky. But Reynardo had a feeling it would work out somehow. It always did.
I feel like risky is all we ever do. I feel like I usually check that door too, so let's go somewhere else this time. Howdy, folks. Can I go over there? Nope, not over there. So whereabouts are we? Hey, look at that ship. What's that? Oh yeah, there's like a magma snake over there. There's little enemies hanging out on that vehicle, but they're all weirdly static and unanimated because you're not really supposed to look too closely at them, probably. Here we go. Yum yum yum. And oh, not at 100 yet, but we're getting close.
Sometimes, all you know is what you know. You know?
Come on. No more powering people up. Ah, you got him. Or you almost got him. Oops, unsuccessful. Going for that counter, and I largely failed. We'll just cut away at this guy for a bit. You've made a terrible mistake, sir. Goodbye. What will I ever do? I need a green sword. When will I ever get one of those? I guess I'm just doomed forever. Go ahead and heal up a little bit. I probably should have broken these pots first to see if they'd give me a heal. Because otherwise the use of my mana is rather worthless.
I laughed at the government workbench placement program. But you could see the benefits everywhere.
Energy on kill's tempting. Yeah, instead of the knockaway shield thing. I would like to get a little bit more restoration. Yeah. Physical resistance 40%, 20% crit, and 5 energy per kill. You defeat 5 enemies, that's 25% of your energy back. That's a big deal. Especially now that I've increased the overall cap of my energy. That means getting more energy per kill overall, I believe. So not only has the gem increased in power, but the effectiveness of said power has increased over time too.
Oh look, fracking.
Fracking? Wow. It's a very specific reference to go for. Okay, fine. Chemical fracking. Did not expect any discussion of that. That's weirdly related to my interests. As a geology major, anyway. It comes up. Here we go. Oh, they warped me back. Okay, that was a dead end. Welcome back. Another chest. Oh yeah, there's the exit down there, I think. I think I recognize it. It's funny how when you're really high up, you can actually see a lot of this map planned out in advance. So here's the big difference here. Is I'm going after Zenobia. But previously, he came with me when I went after Zenobia. So I couldn't go for oh, that's different. I couldn't go for Zenobia as its own separate thing. That path never existed before, did it? I don't think it did. Are we gonna start seeing new level? Because that'd be cool.
Sleep tight. thought Reynardo.
Nice little branching paths like that are a pretty cool way of trying to incorporate some more variety that makes specifically the path to the final ending feel a little bit more unique. Which it should. It's a good idea. Oh, look, a chest. Bye. Saw that as I was getting on the teleporter. Why is he here? He's gonna ruin everything.
Reynardo was halfway to Zenobia's encampment when Lupino showed up. He was disheveled and distraught. They jumped us. I barely got away. Oh, they got the core. Oh, it was all going according to plan, thought Reynardo. Now he just needed Zenobia on his side. Yes, that was even better. The Iblis Stone. Zenobia could get it. And then the Emperor would have to pursue them. Wait. No. The gem would corrupt anyone. Even her. That's it, he thought. Even Lupino. Even though Lupino was already a traitor. It would turn him against his secret master, the Emperor. He would try to make himself Emperor. And the Emperor would have to defend himself with the core. Boom. He was a super genius.
So you can send either Zenobia or Lupino after the Iblis Stone. It feels like they're just flat out telling me Lupino's the right answer, so I'm wondering if that's a trick or not.
This is terrible, Reynardo told the rabbit. If only I had gone for the Iblis Stone. But now it's lost in enemy territory. He handed Lupino a map. It gives the bearer so much power. We can only hope the Emperor never finds it. What was that? Said Lupino. I think someone's following us. I didn't hear anything. Rabbit ears. You go on ahead. I'll check it out. And with that, Lupino hopped off with the map.
Oh, he thinks he's subtle. Well, he was subtle for a while, and my character never caught on.
Not quite enough, thought Reynardo.
For the longest time. I've definitely been in there before. I remember that room. Level up screen. Howdy, folks. Oh, don't have the tricks for those anymore. We're gonna have to rip those off. Oh, rude. Oh. Oh, right. I forget sometimes that my stamina is tied to my grappling hook. Oops. So if I want to take somebody's shield off, I need to grapple. Wait, where'd the shield go? Oh well. And then time stands still when we are together. Oh, I see that buff worm back there. No, thank you. Where'd it go? I lost it. Is it dead already? Oh, he broke my combo. I really thought I was ready for him. There he is. Nasty little bastard. There we go. No more of that. Haha. We're going through the sewers here. This place looks awfully new. Maybe somewhere I haven't been recently. Oh, that should be Zenobia's ship.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. She was curled up on her bed. He'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She was made of smoke, and he noticed he had a very solid blade to his throat. Did you really think you could capture me? Heard a familiar voice. I just wanted to chat, said Reynardo. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He needs a sacrifice. Someone who truly loves him to make a bargain with the lost gods. That's a vicious lie. He wants to bring them back. Oh, that's crazy. Why would anyone? They could make him immortal. An eater of souls. And with that, her eyes widened. She understood. Reynardo told her how he had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred. How he had slept in a burnt village. At midnight, the Emperor's victims had come to him in his dreams to tell him of the hideous eldritch rituals they'd been sacrificed in. He could still see those kittens and puppies. Their wide, sad eyes, their moist noses. You can't prove that. I've got a witness at the observatory.